Hello and welcome to today's twin flame reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy in the middle. Dun, dun, dun. I have a Rumi card, so that'll be a little more in depth. I just have 3 cards today, keeping it kind of simple and straightforward at the same time. I feel like it's a good way to kind of start the week. Yeah, just like that. So let's get started. I'm just like zooming in on the DM. So so let's get started with the Divine Masculine's card. This card, ooh, hello. I don't know. I guess I just drank a bunch of jasmine tea, so I feel extra energized. Number 42, let love be your beacon. Yeah, so beautiful. And look at that beacon. Well, what do you think is the Divine Masculine's beacon of love in his heart? Could it be his Divine Feminine, perhaps? You know? Oh, and there's some little bunnies in the background. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Little bunnies, so cute. And yeah, it's hard to tell what those flowers are. I was trying to like ID them. Yeah, I don't know. We won't spend time on that. So, anyways, yeah, super beautiful card. It's a very straightforward card, and yet, you know, like all of the, I mean, there's of course a lot of details in all of these cards, but this one really does have a lot more going on than like kind of meets the eye. There's just a lot of little things, but they're all centered around her, around the Divine Feminine. And so in some way the Divine Masculine is really centering his energy around the Divine Feminine more effectively. So, you know, keep that in mind, whether you're the DM watching this and how that's true for you. Or if you're the Divine Feminine, allow yourself to like feel that way and to experience that without pushing it away, even if it means you need to feel through some difficult feelings, and even some difficult feelings with how you feel about your Divine Masculine. And same thing for the Divine Masculine, you know, he's gonna have to, the closer he gets, energetically, no matter where you are, like in your twin flame union journey, energetically, as you get closer, there's gonna be things that, you know, upsets that come up, maybe even things you already never thought you'd be upset at again that you thought you'd resolve, and that it's safe to go there, whether it's an upset you have with your twin flame or with yourself or with someone else. It all comes back to just giving yourself love anyway, and that really speaks to what the card says. Let love be your beacon. So also go where love is calling, you know, like this is the Divine Masculine's message, is just to go to the places within and take guided action, you know, like where is love calling you and what is love calling you to do? It's safe to answer that call, because it's love and love is safe, and that's eternal investment, so it always pays off too, even if like you don't see how, and even if you back out and then you go back later because you're like, oh yeah, no, that was love, so let me go back to that. Yeah, it's never gonna stop loving you. Love will never stop loving you, so all you really need to do is return to love. It's very simple. Oh yeah, I don't know how I kind of wasn't really paying attention to the peacock, but that's also a really nice sign of abundance and beauty as well. So yeah, letting beauty be your beacon too. Like, what are you really attracted to as the Divine Masculine? And paying attention as the Divine Feminine, like what feels attractive to you to embody? Like, how do you feel attractive? Because feeling attractive feels really good, right? When it comes from a genuine place within. So that would be like the Divine Feminine's guidance for the Divine Masculine card, to kind of create a synergy there. So let's move on to the Divine Feminine's card. Higher Ground. It's always a nice card. So yeah, it's important to not get caught up in the drama. Yeah, it doesn't mean don't feel your feelings, because sometimes to get to that higher ground, you have to get a little nitty and gritty. But that should be on your way up, not on your way down. So, keep that in mind. And also, higher ground is about fully embracing your inner child and, yeah, just feeling that love that you have for the child within, and any children that are in your life, of course, past or present. You know, sometimes I think about like kids that I've loved in the past, and that doesn't go away, you know, like same thing for anyone really. But there is something to be said if you've ever been any kind of a caretaker or a parent, you know, that's a specific kind of relationship that you develop, because you're being a part of kind of bringing someone fully forth into their own life, you know. And got a little emotional. It's really nice, you know. It's nice to be able to do that, but it's also nice to be able to do that for yourself. And that's important to remember. And when you love that inner child within, then it really is much easier for you to also find the higher ground of your life purpose. Because maybe you've been living on kind of a middle ground, maybe a compromise of what you think your life purpose could be in some way. And that's not really appropriate for a divine being such as yourself. So, you know, remember what I was saying to counterbalance my masculine. So there's something here about like building your own attractiveness, but not to attract your twin flame, to attract yourself to yourself, to feel good. Yeah, just essentially to feel good about how you're expressing yourself, because there is a divine way to express yourself. And you can just, you know, choose to tap into that, and you can experiment, you know. You'll put on different clothes and you'll see how you feel in different situations and what feels good and what doesn't and why. Just for instance. And yeah, these are just all building you up to live in this space more frequently, and then, you know, sustain it. I mean, this is your ascension journey, right? So the higher ground is definitely the goal, but not like you don't need to like go anywhere to reach higher ground. Although, you know, mountains are nice. I love Mount Shasta. You don't need to go to like some vortex to get where you want to go. You can actually just be right at home. And I think the coronavirus has probably taught a lot of us that. And even places that are close by that like feel high vibe. I mean, it's really important to cultivate that within yourself and not to seek that outside of yourself. Same thing with your twin flame. Being around your twin flame is going to feel high vibe or not. If there's an upset, you know, then you'll feel that. I mean, in some way leaving, or getting so in your face that it must, you know, you must make a choice there. But in any case, like, you'll always return to union with your twin flame and harmonize with them. But yeah, like, you just get to feel peaceful and reach the higher ground in that way. So go to what feels peaceful, and it might feel actually scary to feel peaceful in that place. Like, oh, how could my life be that easy? Of course I desire for it to be easier, but that feels like too good to be true kind of thing. Well, feel into that. Like, what is too good to be true for you? I mean, you don't want to, if your desire is to be lazy, like, that's not a real desire, right? But like, if too good to be true to you is like, oh, I get to give my gift and I get to receive for it. Same thing in your union, right? I get to give myself and I get to receive myself for it. Well, yeah, so it's the same theme here, and this is how you reach higher ground, is coming to this understanding and this feeling within that, yes, like this is for me too, because you should know, like, this is not an impossible thing at all by any means to achieve, and it's been achieved, so why couldn't you? Why do you need to have it hard in some area of your life? No, you know, yeah, you need to learn a lesson and you're gonna go through rough patches, sometimes to say the least, you know, it might feel really hard sometimes, but it doesn't need to keep feeling that way. And once you learn eternally. So like if you truly learn and you heal yourself in that place, you don't have to, like, you know, keep doing that. And you will become, you know, fully your divine self and harmonize completely with your twin flame, and it is a process. So it's just safe to take it one step at a time, one step at a time. Yeah, I like how she's walking on the leaves. That's cool. It's a cool trick. So that feels pretty complete to me. It's also a rose, so it's about opening your heart chakra too, when and how it's appropriate. So I would just feel into some places where maybe you've been a little closed off, and just you know, choose to love in that place and to breathe life into that that part of your heart, you know, and to fully experience love in that part of your heart. Very good. So we're going to go on to the Rumi card now, and we'll read a little bit of the excerpt from the card, I'm sure. A new gown. Oh, well, I pulled this card for myself earlier, so it's very thematical for the collective, and yeah, I like when that happens. So number 18, and number 18, you know, I just think maybe not in terms of like mathematical numerology, but in terms of symbolism. Like cultural symbolism, number 18 has to do with, you know, coming of age. And so a new gown really speaks to that too. I mean, I don't know, like, if when you turned 18, if you did have that feeling, but you can see what I mean, right? And yeah, no matter how old you are or young you are, there is something within you that's coming of age and being shed, and you are being given a new gown, and it's very beautiful. Look at that. So yeah, this gown is specifically for you. It's hand-tailored to fit your body just perfectly, to make you look good, yet comfortable, in your own skin, and, you know, like, just the right colors to complement you and everything. Like, I'm kind of speaking metaphorically here. I mean, if you want to go get yourself a gown to celebrate, like, be my guest. Sounds good to me. But yeah, like, I mean, truly though, like, you really are, like, being given a beautiful gift here. And it goes back to that whole attraction thing too with your twin flame, and building that both for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I guess I was speaking more of the divine feminine there, because the divine masculine, maybe like maybe you want like a kilt or something, you know, like, or a nice suit, whatever you like, you know. So just feel into that. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's metaphorical, but it has to do with just, like, you know, both the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming of age in some way, you know, coming to a point of realization, of self-realization, and that is a gift. That is a gift, and God recognizes that. So yeah, we'll read a little from the card too. That feels pretty, like, you know, pretty good, but I still like to go over the poem and everything because it's really juicy. So let's find that. Okay, here we go. Rumi poem. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. I wound My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary, gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. So how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness." Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Well, that is quite a poem. So I'm going to just read a little bit more. It says, "Ah, beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now. Your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light, your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the Divine Mother skies." Kind of reminds me of this card, too. Yet, like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold on to your tattered robes as though they were a security blanket. Though you know it is time to let it go, you may take pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling on to, you will be left stark naked, exposed, and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you are of the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. This oracle comes to you with the sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority, and unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. This oracle comes with sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. But in your dignity and power and keeping going, it is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. Beautiful. That feels very complete and good. So yeah, please, integrate all that for yourself, and remember it with whatever is coming about for you this week and just going forward. And yeah, have a wonderful week. And thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to get notified when my videos come out. And I know I'll be doing some other videos along with my daily readings soon. Also, check out the links below. I have a bunch of awesome readings I'm doing, and Right now, my DM and DF readings are really reasonably priced at the time of this recording, and so that will probably, the prices will probably be going up soon. So if you've been interested in that, I really highly recommend checking it out. Just did one earlier today, and it was really juicy, really good. And also I offer coaching if you would like help with your twin flame journey, and then there's other links below too. So yeah, have a wonderful day. Love you. Take care. Bye.